Hello Year 3, welcome to today's maths lesson. This is Mr. Harris and today's date is the 25th of February 2021. And today's learning objective is to recognise a quarter. So far this week we have recognised a half and then we learned to calculate the value of a half. And today we're going to learn how to recognise a quarter. The success criteria for today is to be able to recognise a quarter of a whole and also to be able to split a whole into quarters. First up though, as usual, it's our Fast Five. In this Fast Five we have to think of what the question could be for these answers here. So in the mild section we have 4, A is 4. What could a question be that the answer would be 4? So one example, it could be 2 plus 2 equals 4. Or 4 times 1 equals 4. But I would like you to try all 4 operations, so that's plus, minus, times and divide. So if you pause the video now and spend 5 minutes, either on mild or hot, and try and come up with some interesting solutions to these problems. So we're going to have a quick review about what a whole is. So what is a whole? A whole can be a few different things. So a whole can be a shape. A whole can be a group. And a whole can also be a number. We are going to start by splitting a whole shape into quarters. So let's take a look at the first shape we have. What shape is the whole? That's right, it's a square. And now let's split this square into equal parts. How many parts did we split it into? We can count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can ask, are the parts equal? And I hope you can see that they are. So when we have a shape or a whole split into 4 equal parts, each part has got a special name. That special name is a quarter. Each one of those parts is a quarter. We can write it in words like that, or it's best maybe to write it in the form of a fraction. So to write a fraction we need some of them shaded. In this case we have 1. And to write our fraction on the top we put the amount of parts that are shaded. So it's 1 here, and then we draw our line, and then on the bottom we put how many parts we have in total. So in total we have 4. So that is what a quarter looks like in fraction form. Can anyone remember what we call the top number in a fraction? That's right, we call it the numerator. What about the bottom number? Can anyone remember the name that we give to the bottom number in a fraction? Okay, that is the denominator. Here is another shape. The whole here is a circle. And the question is, how many parts is the whole split into? Well, again, 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So we give each one of those parts the special name, a quarter. Each one is a quarter. To write this down in a fraction form, we need some of it shaded. In this case we have 1 quarter shaded, so at the top of the fraction we put a 1, then we draw our line, and then we ask how many parts do we have in total, and that is 4. So this is what a quarter looks like as a fraction. The top number again is the numerator, and the bottom number we call the denominator. In this example our whole is a triangle, and we can ask how many parts is the triangle or the whole split into. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. So each equal part in this case is called a quarter. And we can write that in fraction form. The first thing we need to see is how much of it is shaded. In this case only 1 of the parts is shaded, so we put a 1 at the top and then we draw our line. And then we ask how many parts did we have in total, so that was 4 parts. So that is 1 quarter in fraction form. Alright, so this is today's task. You should still have your fraction strips from Tuesday. What we're going to do now is turn the middle strip into quarters. So to turn the middle strip into quarters, if we divide the half exactly into 2, so that should be about 7, just under 7.5, about here. And then we draw the line, and then we continue this line from between the 2 halves, and then we do another measurement, just under 7.5, about here. And there we go. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you can see we have divided the middle strip into 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. So this one is one of them, 1 out of 4 equal parts. This one is another 1 out of 4 equal parts. 1 out of 4, and another one, a quarter. So here are our 4 quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to split a whole group into quarters, and for this we need to go back to our bears. Here we are again with our bears. You feel free to use the counters you've been using at home, or if you need to, click the link below and use the bear counters on this website. And we have to divide this whole group of bears into 4 equal smaller groups. So let's have a go at that. Let's start by working systematically and making 3 more groups. Do we have an equal amount in each group yet? Not quite yet, so let's share a little bit more into each of the groups. Do we have an equal amount in each group? Yes, we do. We have 2 in each group. So we have split the big group into 4 equal smaller groups. Here we have another group that we will split into 4 equal groups. We will quarter this group. So let's work systematically. We need 3 extra groups to make our 4 groups in total. Do we have an equal amount of bears in each group yet? Not quite yet, so let's work systematically and put an extra one into each group. Do we have an equal amount yet? Not quite yet, so let's put 1 into each group. Do we have an equal amount now? Yes, we do. Each group has 3 bears. So we have split the whole group into 4 equal groups. And this is task 2 for you guys to try at home. Can you take 20 of your counters and divide them into 4 equal groups? Very good job, guys. I have put a space on Teams for you to send photos and screenshots of your tasks. I've been loving all the pictures you've been sent in. That's been fantastic. And the screenshots, really, really good stuff. And I will see you guys tomorrow.